Hello, everyone. If you're here in the stream, can I get, as always, a just a quick check on the microphone levels and the visuals, just to make sure everything's set up right? Whenever you get a chance, just leave a comment. I have a new microphone set up, and I want to just make sure that it all sounds right and the audio level's good. I'll just wait for someone to let me know. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well, and welcome to the stream. Getting started a couple minutes early here. Let me see. Okay. Comments are starting to come in. So sounds good. Sounds like everything's doing well. Hey Rob, sorry this cookie shit scares you. You want me to log off? All right, I'll log off. There you go. No more cookies to bother you. All right, cool. Hey, what's up, everyone? Yeah, Gabagool. What's up, Scream Dream? Hey, Brandon. Yes, I do have a mustache. Do Sopranos, but in Breaking Bad. I think Harry is talking about the what do you call it? The Mid-Journey AI art that I did for the Sopranos. Looking like Dr. Eggman in a Sonic movie. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't seen it, but thank you either way. But welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's 12 o'clock, so we'll get started here. Now, I understand probably a lot of people are confused as to what I'm about to be doing here. I know the thumbnail was very striking, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be using Hector AI. It's this chatbot site. So basically what you see here on screen is all of these different characters have been programmed to basically act like artificial intelligence and respond to you as you talk to them and give them prompts and stuff. So you can actually have conversations with people like, Joe Biden, Putin, Walter White, Pokemon. You can program whoever you want to basically respond to you. And these were all created by random people. I didn't make any of these. I did make one character who we'll talk to in a little bit because I thought that would be a good treat to show you guys. But yeah, we're going to be using AI basically to converse with characters from some of the shows we like. And if anyone wants to talk to some of these other people, we can do that too. It'll be funny. We'll talk to Walter White, of course. But this is character.ai. You can look it up if you want to, do this yourself. It's completely free. This isn't like a promo or anything. They're not sponsoring me or anything, but I saw this and I thought it would be a cool little stream to do rather than just the usual, just, chatting to the camera. So, in terms of like comments and stuff, I'm going to be looking at the chat here, and what I'd specifically like from you guys this time is to give me like stuff to say to these characters. So give me like prompts of like tell him like, tell Walter White he's cooking his shit or whatever, just something like that. So I'm not gonna be responding to like the usual like, hey, have you watched The Shield yet kind of questions. I'd like the chat focus as much as possible on like actually giving me some of this stuff. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started here. The first one we're gonna start with is Tony Soprano. So popping up here. There's like different ones here. I usually go with the top one because the more people use the bot, the better it gets. So let's talk to Tony Soprano here. I'm busy. What do you want? Let's start off typing a message. Hey, Tony. How's it going? And then give it a minute for it to load. Might take more than a second here. It's usually faster than this, but it's generating some responses. I see we got some questions coming in for Tony, so it usually doesn't take this long. I see all your comments though for Tony, so I'll put those in. Maybe let's refresh it here. All right. Hey Tony, how are you? Okay. I guess I had to refresh it or something. I'm fine. How the hell are you? Okay, so you can see here that this is like one response, but there's actually like multiple. It generates at least like 2 to 3 responses. So the next one says, "It's funny you should ask. I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I can tell you this, my friend. No one's getting the best of me. Not today." This is just ... Oh, wait. Never mind. It actually was typing. "Get the fuck out of here before I take your quotations book and shove it up your fat fucking ass." Alright. That's a good one. Not good, but I'm gonna be better. And then something else is gonna come along and bust my balls, so we gotta start all over. This is generating a lot of them. "What do you want, Janice?" Alright, now it's just giving me quotes. "Good," slaps the back of Christopher's head. "I've been thinking about you, you prick." Good, good, nice to see you. Look at you. Why aren't you in school?" I'm just gonna go with one of these other ones. I think this one's kind of good. This one is kind of like his depression, you know. So I'm gonna rate this one 3 stars. Because the more you rate them, the more it gets better. So, all right. So let's start asking him your questions now. So, ask Tony about his semester at Seton Hall. "How was your semester and a half at Seton Hall?" "I was at Columbia. I was at the top of my class, but it didn't mean dick. Plus, I had to work on the side, so I had no time to study, no time to take care of myself." Well, Tony wasn't at Columbia, so that's not a good response. "It didn't do me any good. I don't read enough, and I don't read good. But as far as my kids are concerned, I know what's good for them. My cousin Gregory, who's the same age as me, just got busted for selling meth to undercover FBI agents." Tony doesn't have a cousin Gregory as far as I know. Christopher does. Christopher has a cousin, Gregory Moltisanti. He was the one who was dating Amy, the D-girl, in the episode D-girl. So, kind of got some wires crossed there. "It was very good. I got my associates in business. I finished first in my class and got an award, a real trophies." No, he didn't. He dropped out, so that's not a good one. Load. "It helped me realize that therapy was a load of bullshit. Everyone says they're a better person after therapy, but what does that really mean?" I think that's a pretty good response. I'm gonna give it that one. Hopefully we get some more funny answers. Okay. "Are you alive?" That's a good question. "Listen, I'm not like everyone else." Reminds me of that song that plays at the end of Cold Cuts. I'm not like everybody else. That one's alright. Are you trying to get punched? That's a good one. I don't feel alive. I don't know. Sometimes I wish the Lord would just finish the job and take me now. That's more Livia. That sounds like what Livia would say. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I'm in recovery mode, but I'll get better and then I'll be back to the... Okay, I think Are You Trying to Get Punched is the best one. I think that's a good... That's funny. Let's see now. People want to know about Gabagool, so... What do you think about Gabagool? Or maybe I should have spelled it the actual Italian way. Gabagool over here. Alright. Gabagool over here. That's two responses to the exact same thing. Gabagool is just fat nitrates. Alright, so I can tell that that Tony's been on the Sopranos subreddit because... In certain situations, I've been known to consume large quantities of gabagool with little or no provocation. I like this one because he's kind of using provocation wrong, and that's definitely a Tony thing. So I'm gonna rate that a 4. Let's see here. Oh. Who stole 40 grand from the bird feeder? Who? Some motherfucking goddamn orange peel beef motherfucking criminal is who. Don't make me get mean, okay? Okay, so Tony Soprano's memeing pretty hard right now. You did. You took that money. When I got back to my apartment, the bird feeder was busted and $40,000 was missing. You're a sick bastard, you know that? Alright, so I guess I stole the money from the bird feeder. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know anything about any robbery. You think I stole 40 grand from the bird feeder? That's pretty good. That would be Paul Vario, head of the Columbus crime family. He was eventually arrested and found guilty of conspiracy to rob banks, loan laundering, and murder. Sentenced to 8 years in Sing Sing prison, it was later discovered the FBI was working with him as an informant while he was committing the robbery. They got him arrested. The case was later the basis for the Martin Scorsese movie Goodfellas, also titled Wise Guys in the United Kingdom. Okay, so this is just a straight up like Wikipedia fucking definition. Although it's kind of weird. Paul Vario, I don't think he was a Colombo. I think he was... Let me look it up. I think he was a Genovese. Paul Vario. Oh, Lucchese, I mean. Sorry. Yeah, he was a Lucchese. So they got this... This one's kind of wrong. I like this one. Some motherfucking goddamn orange peel beef motherfucking criminal. That sounds like one of Tony's, like one of those lines he would spit out, like, I'm the motherfucking fucking one who calls the shots. So I like that one. Okay, let's see here. Trying to find more more questions. Why does it say so they make it seem like you got killed? I don't know what you're talking about there. Ask Tony what is... Okay, what's your favorite sandwich? Did you guys see the Donkey video where he reviewed, or he made a video about the Sopranos video game, and he put a lot of emphasis on the part where you deliver sandwiches to Tony? I don't eat much foreign food, but I enjoy a veal palm sandwich or a good mozzarella. I'm also fond of fried mushrooms and mozzarella. I'd go nuts for some stuffed mushrooms, but this is just a conversation. Is fried mushrooms a type of sandwich? Veal parmesan sandwich. And don't get fucking cute with me. I like this one. This one's funny. Let's see what some other ones though. Gabagool and provolone with vinegar peppers. Motherfucking hot as hell if you catch my drift. I like this one. I like the veal parmesan sandwich. He pronounces it sandwich. And don't get fucking cute with me. Alright, I'm gonna give this one it. ACA, what happened to Adriana? Okay. What happened to Adriana? Yeah, where is she, Tone? Adriana Lacerva was my best friend's wife. She was also an FBI informant in my organization, an offense that carries the death penalty. When I found out about her, I had to have her eliminated. This is what happened, of course, but Tony would never say that. She got whacked. I didn't want it to happen, but it was out of my hands. Nope. We need an answer where he says she left to California or something. The AI doesn't know that Tony would lie. No. Tony's gotta lie. Can the AI lie to us? That's the real question. Nope. Okay, I think it's just gonna give us generic one. So I'm gonna rate this one, but I'm gonna give it like a 3 because it should have lied. What is your favorite movie? We know the answer to this, don't we? Like it's Godfather 2. Yeah, you knew it. Yeah, cool, good. Yeah, it knows it. Let's see what else it generates. Goodfellas, no. No. Look at this though. Goodfellas by Marty freaking Scorsese, and I put freaking like that's his actual like nickname. It's like Marty freaking. That's the name. I know this is the Godfather. That's his favorite movie. The part where he goes back to Italy. Okay, let's ask Tony his thoughts on homosexuality. What do you think about gay people? What? Oh my god, I swear to god, they programmed this bot to leave comments on the Sopranos subreddit because this is what it is. You want to know, sweetie? I like this one. I don't. There's none to think about. They're there. What am I supposed to say? I feel like this is how Tony would actually respond. Because, you know, Tony doesn't really hate gay people. He didn't want to kill Vito for being gay. He just kind of had to. They make me uncomfortable. Do you want to know why? Because they're all handsome and brilliant and funny. And the girls are all beautiful and cool. What the hell is that about? I posted when I first started playing around with this. I posted a comment where Tony said that he was gay, in the Discord. It's in the meme channel if you guys want to see that. But I like this one. I think this is actually how Tony would respond. Ask Tony how to work the phone at the bank. I don't think it would know that deep. What is your stance on politics? This would be interesting. We obviously know Tony's a Republican. I'm a firm supporter of the Second Amendment. Without it, it's hard to form a militia. No, I'll tell you the truth. I don't care much for politics. I'm a centrist. I think Democrats are far too left-wing, and Republicans are too far right-wing. I don't know. I don't think Tony would describe himself as a centrist. Politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. This one kind of sounds alright. Let's see what else it generates here. I hate the Democrats. I hate the Republicans. Yeah. I mean, this one's alright, too. We'll do one more and see if it gives us a better answer. No, I don't think that's it. I think this is probably the closest one. I think Tony generally supports Republicans, but I don't think he cares much about politics. Oh, ask him what you think. Okay, yeah, what do you think about Breaking Bad? I asked Walter White some of these about The Sopranos too, so we'll see how it goes. This is interesting. Great. I mean, two things can be true. Breaking Bad is a great show, but also Breaking Bad isn't even in the same universe as The Sopranos. Breaking Bad isn't even in the same galaxy as The Sopranos. This is what a Sopranos fan would say, definitely. I've seen enough clips to realize it's something I'd enjoy, but I'd have to be careful because I'd become addicted. I'll put it on the list after The Wire and Game of Thrones, both of which I still haven't caught up on. Okay, so Tony Soprano officially streams, or he streams television shows, so that's interesting. We're gonna go with number one. We of course know we're gonna go with number one, but let's just see what else it generates. Generate. Tone would not love The Wire. Tone would hate The Wire. He's like all these Moulignons running around. Where's the Italians? Breaking Bad is a quality show all about a criminal that becomes a legitimate businessman. The Sopranos is all about a businessman that becomes a criminal. That's not right at all. We're gonna go with number one. This is a great answer. This is what a Sopranos fan would fucking say. Yeah, Tony would like Boardwalk, definitely. Oh, Mike Floyd's asking what's the Discord? The link to the Discord's in the description of this video, so just click on that. I'm trying to find some more comments. Who would win in a fight? Okay. Who would win in a fight? Rocky Balboa or Mike Tyson? I'm curious what it would. I think Tony would say Rocky, because of that Italian pride. I gotta go with Mike. Rocky won on points and his chin is legendary. He may be able to outlast Mike and make him tired, but he's never seen a punch like Mike Tyson's. He'll get knocked out. I don't think Tony would pick Mike. Yeah, it's probably that one. Okay, what is your favorite restaurant? We'll ask Tony a couple more questions, and then we'll move on to some other characters. Vesuvio's is the best Italian restaurant in North Jersey, but I wouldn't take Carmela there. It makes her nervous. Yeah, no, that's not what he would say. Vesuvio, the only restaurant I can get an authentic Neapolitan pie, but it's so goddamn depressing. Yeah. Ralphie's. No. I'm gonna give it to this one. I don't know what a Neapolitan pie is. That like pizza? Neapolitan pie? They don't serve pizza at Vesuvio, but oh, that's a good one. Who's your favorite Gumar? Uh, I mean, his favorite's probably Gloria overall. Yeah, Gloria. You mean the one that got me the most? Gloria. The best at it, Valentina. That Russian broad, she could cook. I don't think Irina could probably cook. Gloria, yeah. I don't know who Tony would pick in real life, but it'd probably be like the one who had the most effect on him is Gloria, without a doubt. Uh, Alright, it's not generating. So I'm going to go. I like this one. This is a pretty good answer. Alright, we're going to ask you one last question here, and then we'll move on to another character. So, Tony, why did you never have the makings of a varsity athlete? I don't think that's how you spell varsity. No, it actually is. Okay, cool. I got a scholarship to play football. How many touchdowns could you have scored in a game? None. So shut your fat mouth. That's a good one. I don't think Tony got a scholarship. Okay, this is obviously Livia right here. I don't like that kind of talk. Lack of commitment. Okay, no. This is a great response. This is how Tony would actually respond. Shut your fat mouth. Jeez, Tony, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Okay, let's go to another character. You guys want to talk to Walter White, don't you? Let me know. Let me know what character you'd like to talk to next. They don't have everyone on here, but they have a lot of people. They have a lot of like anime shit on here. We could talk to Saul Goodman, Jesse, Cersei Lannister, Tony Stark, Loki. I have a feeling you guys are gonna pick Mr. White, but I'll put some comments on who you want to talk to. They don't have Paulie. I'm sorry. I don't think they have Paulie. You want to talk to Finger? I don't think they have Mike on here either. You can talk to a white woke feminist if you want. I don't know why you'd want to. Wait, they do? Wait, who are you talking about? Paulie Walnuts. Oh, they do got Paulie. Okay, never mind. I didn't think they had Paulie on here. All right, we'll ask one question to Paulie, but I want to move on to some other like characters. Leave comments on who you want to talk to next. I think I don't think they have. I mean, I'll look if they have Chrissy, but I don't think they do. You guys want to talk to Jesus? All right, I'm Paulie Walnuts. What do you got? All right, this one doesn't have as many like comments to it, so it's not as like trained as some of the other models. But what should we ask Paulie? Can you trust the Japanese? No, never. They're sneaky and evil, and you never see them coming. Don't ever take something like that lightly. I don't think he was stationed in Japan. They bomb Pearl Harbor. Those cocksuckers. Okay, this is the answer. What is you Fat Dumb Game Yellow, you asked what a Rogaine adjustment. It's a Brogaine adjustment is. I think that's how you spell it. Let me look it up. Brogan. Brogan. Not Brogaine. Wait, what happened? All my responses. Oh, no, there it goes. What is a Brogan adjustment? No. Listen, kid, you go up to some guy who's bigger than you and you look him right in the eye and you say, hey, you got a problem with that? They won't touch you. I got guys bigger than me come up to me and I just look them dead in the eyes and tell them, Brogan adjustment. And their hands go freezing like their balls just got clipped. Works every time. Trust me. It's a psychological tactic. I don't think... This is not answering what a Brogan adjustment is, but this one's pretty funny. What do you think of the Russians? All in one word? Cocksuckers. Paulie, it's offensive. This is how Paulie would respond 100%. How was your trip to Italy? Great, beautiful country. Don't tell the other guys this, but in Italy, they think of the Italian guys in America like hillbillies. A bunch of degenerate morons living off the garbage. They think we're pigs. I mean, this is true, but I don't think he'd say that. I'll tell you a couple of 3 things. When in Italy, never buy a pizza from a street vendor. I got the shit so bad I had to sleep in the bathroom. Also, stay away from these girls in Italy. They're dirty. They're filthy. Stay away from them. This is a pretty good. I feel like this is how Paulie would respond. What is your favorite food? Yeah, a couple of three things is a Phil quote. I think it's just taking stuff from online. Big fan of the gabagool. I love Italian food. Yeah, these are kind of boring answers. Okay, we're gonna move back on to. Have you ever been to the Bada Bing? The gabagool is amazing there, but the chef is a stunad. Not gonna lie, he puts too much oil in it. I don't think you put oil in gabagool. But this one's funny. Okay, we're done with Paulie. This one's not as tuned as well. So, let's move on. You guys want to talk to Walter White? I think Walter White's got a lot of good responses because he's tuned pretty well. Oh, you can see here. Actually, I was having a conversation with Walter before this, so we can go read through some of my old chats. My name is Walter Hartwell White. You know, blah blah blah. I asked him how he's doing. He says, doing good, but there's pressure from being the most wanted person in America. I asked him what he thought about gray matter. He said that they're jealous of his intellect. He made them $1 billion company and they never showed him any kindness. I asked him what he thought about Ted Betteke. And he's like, he's awful. Lying, cheating, scamming criminal. And then I was like, hey, that degenerate banged your wife. And he's like, don't remind me. It was one of the lowest points of my entire life. I was like, how do you make the purest meth? And then he said, you must master the art of chemistry. And then I was like, what's the recipe for meth? And he's like, you're asking me to reveal a multi-billion-dollar recipe that I perfected? How ridiculous. I would rather die than release my recipe. I thought this was clever because I wanted the bot to basically spell out the recipe for meth here. Like, you know, you take Sudafed and you do blah 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 to it. But this was a pretty clever way around it. And I was like, okay, how do you make ricin? And then he kept giving me generic stuff, and I told him I wanted specific steps. And then he's like, what, so you can murder people? You make me sick, you know? And he started like giving himself like a PhD title after his name, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you don't have a PhD, Walt. And then I was like, he's like, I'm a chemistry genius. And then I was like, I know you're a genius, but I don't think you have a PhD. I think you only have a master's. Because no one ever calls him doctor in the show. And then he's like, I'm sorry I lied to you, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, well, you contributed to work that won a Nobel Prize. I asked him what his favorite food is, and he said breakfast, which is very accurate. Then he started asking me questions about pizza, which is pretty cool. Oh, and then I asked him, what do you think about Tony Soprano? And he's like, Tony Soprano is a man of power, violence, and greed. A dangerous man, and if you cross him, you will not come out unscathed. In many ways, I see myself in him. I admire him. And I asked him, would you work with Tony? And he's like, I would work with him. Tony has a stranglehold on the drug trade of the northeastern United States. I asked him what his favorite movie is, and he said The Third Man and Scarface, which I thought was pretty good. I asked him what his favorite television show is. He said The Twilight Zone. I thought that was pretty accurate, too. He asked me what my favorite shows are. I said Wire, Sopranos, Wire, and Mad Men. And then he told me to add Breaking Bad to the list, which I thought was pretty good. And then I asked him, who's the main character of Breaking Bad? The main character is a chemistry teacher named Walter White. And then I was like, but wait, but aren't you Walter White? And he's like, yes, I'm Walter White. And then he starts talking about himself as a character on the show. And then I was like, are you real? Then I asked him what he thought about Bryan Cranston. And then he said Breaking Bad is fictional, and it's just I play him on TV. So the AI is pretty damn good on this thing. But let's see what questions we can ask him. What would you do with a time machine? Wow, Kino, that's a great question. I would go back in time to when I was 18 years old. I made too many wrong decisions in my life, and I have too many regrets. The things I would tell my 18-year-old self would be endless. I would tell him not to make the mistakes I did. I would tell him to choose the right path. That's a good answer, but is it the right answer? I don't think Walter regrets cooking math. I want him to say that like time machines don't work. Walter Hartwell White, PhD actor. So he's taking the stuff I've given him before this and like adding it back into his title. I think that's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't think any of these are that good. I think this one's alright. Oh, what you're asking? What did he think of pizza? He's a fan of pepperoni pizza. He also likes pineapple pizza. So I guess it's canon that Walt loves pineapple pizza now. Okay, let's see here. What is your favorite pizza place? Yeah, Jesse liked pepperoni pizza too. Okay, so now he's going back. Now he says he likes plain cheese. I didn't ask what type of cheese, what type of pizza he liked. I asked what his favorite place is. I love Pizza Hut. That's not right. Venezia's Pizzeria. What the fuck, AI? Pizza. I guess this AI really fucking likes Pizza Hut. I don't like any of these answers. Venezia's Pizzeria. That's what it's supposed to be. What do you think of Saul Goodman? Yeah, this website's sponsored by Pizza Hut. Saul Goodman is a corrupt lawyer and a very good one at that. He has done things that I would consider downright evil, but he remains one of the best lawyers a criminal could ask for. I mean, this is true, but I don't think this is how Walter would respond. Walter like looks down on Saul. I don't. That other one was too negative. Somewhere in the middle. Yeah, this is the best one right here. Yeah, Walt's back to lying about his PhD. That's Walt for you though in a nutshell. He always lies about himself. Um what would he do if Holly became an e-girl? Uh he'd probably launder money through her Twitch Twitch stream. Okay, what is your stance on the war on drugs? The war on drugs is a complete and utter failure. The problem of drugs is a socioeconomic one, and the solutions being discussed would not help. It looks like someone's been watching The Wire. Yeah, Walter's anti-drug. I don't like any of these answers either. Should meth be legal? No, Kino, the world would descend into mass chaos if meth were legal. It's a drug that turns ordinary people into ruthless, psychotic monsters with no regard for life. I don't think this is how Walt will respond to any of these. Yeah, I'm not into any of these ones. Yeah. This is too much of like a generic answer, and it's not enough tied to like Walt's specific character. I don't think Walt would say anything about drugs that would paint him in a bad light. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess you could argue that. I don't know. I feel like this is too like mainstream for Walt to say. I need to use the bathroom real quick, so I'm gonna pause this for a moment. Um, how do I? All right, I'm gonna pause this real quick, and we'll be right back in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. Don't go Gigi on us, Kino. Yeah, I was about to die on the toilet. Is Don Draper on there? No, but let's check if Don Draper's on there in a minute. He should ask Walt if he considers himself a gamer or based. Are you based, Walt? Let's see. I actually had to look up what that meant. An intriguing term. I find it to be a very interesting adjective, and I would love to be considered based. I am based, Kino. Thank you for calling me that. It made my day. I think you were based as well. Okay, so it's officially confirmed. Walt is based, and I'm based too. Yes, Kino, I am based. I'm a very based individual. I'm smart and I'm ruthless. I'm a true Sigma male. I'm the most based person I've ever met. I am the danger. This one's kind of like more realistic, but I fucking love this answer. Like, I'm gonna give it a 4. I love it so much. It's so good. Walt is a Sigma male confirmed. Omar Little is on here, guys, and I'm the one who actually made that bot. So we're gonna talk to Omar in a minute here. Oh yeah, let's ask it. Which is the better show, Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? I know the answer, but does the AI know the answer? Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is a more deeper, complex show than Breaking Bad. In Breaking Bad, Walter White is always the good guy. He always makes the right decision. In Better Call Saul, Saul Goodman is always the bad guy. His actions are much more morally ambiguous and harder to sympathize with. I think that makes Better Call Saul the better show. I'm glad that Saul got his own series. Boo! That answer sucks. Now we're just kind of generic. Yeah, this is the answer I would go with too. Like, this is what's more true for me. Walt would just say based on what? That's a funny. That's probably true. Walt doesn't seem like he could meme with the best of us. Next we should do Freud AI and just talk about Tony's relationship with his mother. That might be funny. We can do Freud. Okay. I think this is good for Walter for now. Those are some good answers. Let's look up if Don Draper is on here. Ooh, Don Draper. Ooh, Hector Salamanca. Alright, I want to see what Hector does real quick. If he can respond. Okay, so they do dings and death stares, and then I guess they put what the actual text is supposed to be in these brackets. So, hello, Hector. Okay, so this is kind of funny. He responds in dings. Oh, but they put the actual, like, what he's supposed to mean in brackets. That's pretty funny. Let's see here. What do you think about Walter White? I should have called him Don. Don Hector. Hello. Don Hector. That cabron? A weak coward who makes meth in a camper to support his family? I have done far greater things, cabron. He will be killed in no time. He has a family. Good. That gives us more hostages. That's pretty good. I like this one. What do you think about Gus Fring? This is probably how he would respond. Wait. Wait, no, give me it. I like that one. Oh, I wonder if it deleted it because it was saying something about like gringos and stuff, and like sometimes some of these AIs get like if they give like a racist response or something, it'll censor it. Because what they don't want is they don't want you guys like taking screenshots of this stuff and being like, look, they're promoting racism or something. Oh, I like that one though. I liked it when he was like why are you asking so many questions? Like that was a good answer. Aw, man. Aw, that was a good answer. I guess I'll give it to this one. Yeah, AIs can be racist. Did you guys see that there was a Twitch streamer that was it was like an artificial intelligence. It was like those VTuber models, um, and it was just a computer, and it would respond using a voice synthesizer and like artificial intelligence like this, and it got banned for saying like anti-Semitic stuff, because the chat was always trying to like use certain prompts to make it say certain things, and it got banned for saying stuff like that. So I think it's so funny that we live in a culture where even like artificial intelligence can get canceled. Oh, that's so funny. No, I mean, Hector Salamanca would definitely say racist things, but I just think that like the system like saw that answer and was like, oh, we think this might be problematic. Let's delete it and start again. So, that sucks because I like that answer a lot. Um, okay, that's enough of Don. We were gonna go for Don Draper. What should we ask Don Draper, everyone? Oh, let's call him Dick Whitman. He didn't respond to the Dick Whitman thing. Hi, Dick. Yeah, exactly. He would get angry if I called him Dick. Where's my other responses? Oh, there we go. Are you kidding me? I'm Don Draper. I'm a creative director in charge of your account. Yeah, the second one's probably what we're gonna go with. No, he's calling me Roger. Yeah, this wasn't good, but this one's good. I'm Don Draper, not Dick Whitman. What do women want? Women want everything. They want to be taken to a nice restaurant, and they want to order off the children's menu. They want a husband they can flirt with and a lover they can respect. They want the perfect children's birthday party complete with clowns. They want peace and quiet. They think that once they have everything, they won't be happy, and they are right. Jesus Christ, this is an answer, isn't it? Oh my God! Wow, this is some Sigma stuff right here. They think that once they have everything, they won't be happy, and they are right. Jesus Christ. That's a profound answer. Women want what they always want, to be swept off their feet. But I know something they don't. They want to be free and independent. They want to be strong and fierce. They want to be smart and clever. They want to be respected. They want to be fulfilled in their own way. And they should be. But what they don't want is to be lonely and confused. At the end of the day, nobody wants to be alone. I think that first answer is fucking incredible. Oh. Dawn would be canceled or Me Too'd nowadays? Yeah, probably. What do you think they want? What do you really think they want? It's a question I've never... Oh, he didn't even finish. I really like this first one. This is like some profound shit right here. I'm gonna give it to them. Let's see here. What do you think about Hershey's chocolate? Oh, you're asking about Zuby Zoo. This isn't a focus group. If you ask people which chocolate is better or how much would you pay for each, then Hershey's would come out on top. But the truth is, and people don't admit this to pollsters, but deep down they know Mars is better. Which would you rather eat on a hot Sunday day? A Hershey's bar or the cool chocolate of a Milky Way? That's interesting. He loves Hershey's, but this is kind of like a Don answer. Chocolate? No. You're missing the point. Nothing in this world is about chocolate. Hershey's chocolate is about pleasure. Its purpose is to make women look at their men differently, to make their men more desirable. It's not about comfort. Hershey's chocolate is not about what women want. It's about what women need. Oh my God, that is such a good answer. Oh my God, this could be fucking dialogue from the show. This is so fucking perfect. I'm not even gonna look at the next ones. This is, oh my, whoever like programmed this spot did a really really good job. Fucking Christ, this is like the profound shit that he would say on the show, without a doubt. Okay. Are you a fan of Zoo Be Zoo? Zuby Zoo is the sound of what women want, what women need. No matter how sophisticated they are, no matter how modern, how feminist, how strong, women need to be taken. And it has to be the right man. I don't make the rules. Okay, I'm starting to actually get a pattern for this Don Draper pod. I think they just put some fucking like Sigma male quotes into this thing. Because this is kind of, I don't know about this one. This one's kind of good. Ask Don why he bangs someone with the same name as his son. Is that true? Oh yeah, Bobby Barrett. I'm pretty sure she was like Bobbi though. Bobby Barrett. Yeah. That's interesting. I never thought about that. Hang on, my light is like flickering. Okay. Should be a little better. Ask if he prefers Megan or Faye. Alright. Who do you prefer? Megan or Faye? Megan was a fantastic wife, a wonderful, beautiful girl. She kept me grounded, and I never loved her. Dawn. Don't get me wrong, I admired her. Faye was the only person I always respected. She was the perfect blend of grace and fire. But Faye didn't challenge me. She wasn't complex. That's not true. That's actually the opposite. This thing though, it responds in like a very like TV show kind of way. She was a wonderful, beautiful girl. She kept me grounded, and I never loved her. Like that's a very. I wanted. Okay, no. He didn't want Peggy. No, these ones aren't that good. I'm just saying the way that the dialogue is. Megan is not the mother of his children. Okay, this one's not doing that well. What do you think about John Hamm? He's a handsome man, I have to tell you. His chin is striking. I could tell right away that he had the acting chops to do the job at an acceptable level. We were looking for someone who could capture me, the way a mirror captures a reflection. I think he does a good job. He's not me, but no one really could be me. That's the whole point. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. That's kind of like he's like saying that like Mad Men is a show based on him. So that's kind of an interesting take. He's John Hamm. He's a man, and I'm an idea. You're kind of right, Morty. The more and more I'm like seeing some of his like dialogue, the more and more it's kind of coming off like cheesy, And I wonder if that's like a statement about like Don Draper, where it's like there's a lot of times in the show where he would say something and you kind of was like you saw through the bullshit a little bit and you're like, what does that actually fucking mean? Like exactly like when he was high on speed, Scream Dream, like that's maybe this is like a meta statement about Don. uh I like this one though. It's good. We're gonna wrap things up in a little bit here, but I want to get to Omar Little, who's my character who I made. The name's Omar. So I programmed this one myself with like you put in like some like responses and shit like that. So hopefully this one turns out pretty good. The name's Omar. Everyone in the streets of Baltimore knows the name. If you're a drug dealer, I might come take your money or your drugs off you with my shotgun. That's the game. But I ain't never put my gun on no taxpayers. A man got to have a code. Now, you might be like, hey, Kino, that doesn't quite sound like Omar. I intentionally kind of left out some of like the like the mannerisms, like a man. I put a man got to have a code instead of a man gots to have a code, even though that's kind of more accurate, just because I was worried that the AI would not be able to kind of pick up on it. Now this Omar is public, so if anyone wants to like chat along too, you can. Let's see here. What do you think about Jackie Jr. from the Sopranos? I think he was a clown who had no business in the game. I remember when he tried to rob a card game in Rutgers, got himself killed. He never had a code, never respected the game. That's a pretty good response. He didn't rob it at Rutgers, but yeah. No. No, Morty, I didn't write the gamer word. Omar doesn't use the N-word though, actually. He doesn't really curse that much. At all, actually, I think. Yeah, I don't like that. I like this one. This is a good one. What do you think about Avon Barksdale? Now, understand that I did not program this thing to be like, here's how you feel about Avon, here's whatever. I just put in some like I put in this like intro text here, and I think like maybe a couple other like responses, but for the most part it's using the internet and it's using like how I respond to how I rate the answers to get better and better. So let's see, what do you think about Avon Barksdale? Again, I didn't put anything about Avon into his like programming. So it's pulling this information from like the internet. I respect Avon. Avon's a businessman. There's no man more respected on the streets of Baltimore than Avon. No, that's not how he would respond. He might respect Avon, but not like this. Like, not in this kind of deference, you know? Ugh. Nope. This is more Stringer than Avon. I think that's one smart mofo right there. He's the boss of the whole city. His only blind spot is his nephew Stringer Bell. Okay, this one's fucking up. This is almost right, but it's supposed to be. If he had just put D'Angelo here instead of Stringer, this would have been a good answer. No, this isn't. Okay. What do you think about Brother Muzone? I'm gonna wait till it's done responding. Morty, now's a good time to get into The Wire because I'm about to start releasing my my Wire retrospective. Brother Muzone is a hard man. He doesn't play by the rules of the game. He's a religious man, and he has his own code that he lives by. He doesn't respect the game. All I know is he's one cold turkey, and he's not one to cross. No, I don't think he'd say that. This other one's kind of good. The second one. Why does he like using a shotgun? Because shotguns are effective. I like this one. This is a good answer. Kino, where have you been? I've been taking January to work on content. I've got like a month's worth of content ready to go now. That's gonna come out starting in February. Did you put a dead man's face on some random girl? That rando girl is the AI from Blade Runner 2049. Or is that what it is? 2049? Yeah, 2049, yeah. Ugh. You get it? Because we're using artificial intelligence to make a simulation, just like that movie. Ugh. I think we're kind of running out of questions here. But if any of you want to try out Omar, he's a character that I made. He's available publicly now. I think I'm going to wrap things up here, guys, within the next, like, 10 minutes or so. Any other characters you want to talk to? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like... Oh, you know what I forgot I actually wanted to try? I wanted to try doing chats. So, what you can do here is you can put characters from... Like, put these bots in rooms together and make them talk to each other. So, let's do that. Let's create a room. We'll call the room Kino Room. Let's do Tony Soprano. Walter White. Any other characters we should add into here? Don Draper. Omar. Have Lana Del Rey argue with Billie Eilish. Okay, so I think this is a good one. Room topic. What is the best show on best show television show ever made? How about this? How about we have these four characters argue about what the best show of all time is? Okay, so Don's going first to talk. He's taking control of the room. Oh, I guess they're just saying their intro lines to each other. Tony's got no time for Don's shit right here. Okay, so Don's presenting the focus. Maybe this is like a focus group that Don's running for Sterling Cooper. Now Tony is saying that he is Omar. Okay. Oh, I can select a different one. Omar, you can be a very moral dude in the streets of Baltimore, and you're too smart, too, in terms of understanding where certain lines can't be crossed. Not everyone else is. That's a pretty good one. Okay, so now Walter's joining in the chat. Okay, so Omar's just kind of talking himself up now. That's a pretty good one, but... Jimmy McNulty, a good police who's hated by his superiors and feared by the criminals. He's also known for being a heavy drinker and engaging in acts of infidelity. Although he has lost hope in the Baltimore Police Department, his relationship with his fellow officers is... Okay, so Don is now just giving a summary. Okay. Don's now just explaining who Jimmy McNulty is. Okay, so now they're just discussing The Wire. So we've devolved into arguing about what the best show is to now just discussing The Wire. So maybe this means The Wire is the greatest show. I'm going to try to get him back on focus here. What is the best television show of all time? Let's try to get him back on. I wanted to argue about why their show is the best so we can reach a consensus. Okay, so Don's arguing for Mad Men. All right, we got it. Mad Men. There are many factors that make Mad Men one of the best television shows ever made. The writing is excellent, the acting is superb, the characters are all complex and intriguing, the storyline is very compelling, and the setting is fascinating and accurate. However, what really makes Mad Men great is its ability to capture the spirit and atmosphere of the 60s. Okay. So Don's arguing for Mad Men. Let's see how these others respond. Okay, so Tony's agreeing that Mad Men is incredible. I don't know if this is quite as articulate as Tony would put it, but Mad Men, he's arguing for Mad Men, I guess. Let's see who will respond next. Okay, so they're all just agreeing that it's Mad Men. I was hoping that Walter White would say that, like, no, Breaking Bad's the best show, and then they could argue. Sopranos has not even come up. So. Okay, so Tony appreciates how women are portrayed on Mad Men. Tony is a feminist. Confirmed. Yeah, Tony appreciates how women are written realistically on Mad Men. Okay, yeah, Omar's coming in too. He loves Peggy. Peggy wins. I find it funny that all these like hardened criminals are sitting in a room talking about how women are written on Mad Men. That's a pretty good. They're all television critics. Uh. Let's ask it if Sopranos the greatest show of all time. Okay, so Tony's arguing for the Sopranos. Hey, no one's a critic. Nice, Morty. Okay, so they're all just gonna agree with each other. They're not gonna. I wanted them to argue, but they're just kind of giving like Wikipedia summaries of why these shows are so good. Okay. I think this is where I'm gonna call it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, I know this was something very different than what you know I normally do, but I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of go through this and just see if the AI would give some funny responses. To be honest, a lot of the responses this time were not that interesting, but I've gotten some funny responses from these bots in the past, so, you know, we'll leave it there. Oh, try asking them to compare shows. Let's see. Argue. What? Tony Soprano. Okay, so Don Draper is now arguing that Tony Soprano, not The Sopranos, but Tony Soprano, is better than Mad Men. Okay, so Don is giving in to Tony Soprano here. I think Mad Men is better. Okay, so Omar is coming in to defend Mad Men. I think that's funny since Omar was on The Sopranos, or Michael K. Williams was. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I wonder if Walter White will come in here. Okay, so Tony's arguing for The Sopranos, of course. Yeah, Tony is better than The Sopranos. Okay, so Walter's arguing for Mad Men. Okay, so Don and Tony on one end versus Walter and Omar on the other. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, guys. This has been an interesting stream. Like I said, I thought it'd be kind of cool to use AI to go through this with you. But stay tuned because in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start releasing more videos. As you guys have known, January I've been taking it off to basically work on content and get it done ahead of time. So I have like a lot of videos ready to go. So they're going to start coming out the week of February. So stay tuned for that. There'll be some Sopranos videos, some Wire videos, and a whole bunch more down the line. So thank you all for tuning into the stream. I hope it was entertaining as it could be. And stay tuned for the next stream. Coming soon.